Hello, guys. Hi. I'm Nick. I'm the editorial director at Mixmag, which is convenient because we have with us Mixmag's Raver of the Year, the one and only Bradley Gunn here.
Hello.
If you're here, I would guess you're familiar with Bradley and his story. If you're not, Bradley is the guy that he is the one-man party. He is the man who's become a viral sensation globally from bringing his energy and good vibes to events all over the world. So we're going to chat a little bit about that story. So Bradley, let's start off. You know, where did this begin? How did you start on this path of being this kind of global beacon of positivity?
I don't think I really knew that I was going to get into it like I was. I turned 18 and I was going out, and then I sort of discovered the rave world, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I was just going along, dancing, and then it got quite into a serious obsession. Hang on.
So tell us about the first, you told an interesting story about the first time you went to a club. Where you just kind of wandered in off the street and you were transfixed by what you found out, what you saw inside.
Yes, that was quite a funny story, actually, because it was about 4 in the morning. I didn't know what I was going into. I went into the club, and to me, it was a totally different environment that I was used to. You know, totally different music, totally different sort of people, and I was quite nervous at the time, so I sort of stood there for about 4 hours, just completely silent, not moving, stood on the spot, but inside I was totally loving it. And I left, and then I went back a second time, and then more. And
then and that's it. You
yeah,
you never went home.
It's just been every weekend since, pretty much.
So to give some wider context, you have, Bradley, you've got Asperger's syndrome, that's right?
Yes.
Do you want to do it standing?
Yeah,
let's do it.
Standing.
Okay, should we just do the dance now?
No, we're in a professional way.
What the guys want. Right. So let's just, you know, you've spoken quite openly about how this has helped with your condition and being a kind of very positive effect on your life. Mm-hmm. Can we talk a little bit about that and speak to the guys? We can do it in, I'm ready if you are as well.
Wait, so we're talking about
how your raving career has helped with your Asperger's and yeah, if you would.
Yes, okay, I can talk about that. That's quite easy. So as a person who has Asperger's, you usually find yourself quite difficult in social situations. For example, right now, this is like a crazy challenge.
But you're doing great.
But it's going well.
Isn't he doing great, everybody? Thank you. You are an inspiration to millions. So we're with you, Bradley. Come on.
And so I remember when I first started going, it gave me sort of this ability to be able to socialise with people better. Yeah. Yeah, and then it's helped affect other parts of life. So because I gained confidence via raving and talking to people there, it meant that places outside the raving, yeah, I was also getting better. For example, when I was doing my last job interview, it went really well because I've been able to get better in the raving side.
Yeah, so it's helped you socialise. It's helped in your normal life. It's also helped, I have to say, probably millions of people around the world who see you as an inspiration, and I think that's fun. Here we go. Come on.
I get a lot of messages come through on my Facebook and Instagram from people from all different backgrounds, and sort of saying how they also suffer from this and that, and how I've helped them believe in themselves to drive themselves further. For example, one time I got a message from this guy, and he said, "Oh, I've got Asperger's, and by watching your videos, I've now decided that I'm just going to get a train to Scotland and go to this event." And I said, yeah, just told him to go and do it. Yeah.
It's amazing. Round of applause for that as well, please, guys. Come on. So let's get into some of the fun stuff then. Firstly, the look.
Yes, this is my thing.
This
my
is
USP.
your thing. So can you? This is the new Gucci Armani Spring Summer 2018 Bradley Gunn
all year
collection.
round. It's
all year.
Yes.
Can you talk? Can you? It's. We don't care about seasons, darling.
No.
Can you talk us through the look and the inspiration and each element?
Okay. This is how the rave outfit was created or formed. Yeah. So, it was one Wednesday evening, and I decided I didn't want to carry around a bottle of water anymore because it was just annoying, and if you put it down, you had to forget about it and get a new one. Yeah. So, I thought, well, it'd be handy if it was just attached to me, so I could just forget about it and then know where it was the whole time. For example, I could drink a bit of water and then go somewhere else, and it's still there. So.
And now we have the function. If you would spin round, Bradley.
Yeah,
there it
so
is.
That's that. So what I did, I went online, I searched this hydration belt, and I thought, right, I'll get that. And I thought, well, if I'm going to get that, I need some rave leggings. So I got that, and then I thought, well, if I'm going to get that, I need this, and then if I'm going to get that, I need some goggles.
Yeah. So tell us about, obviously, tell us about the goggles.
There's not much to talk about.
They're goggles, Nick?
Yeah, I just liked them.
You said you swapped the colours out, though, right?
Yeah, well, when I ordered it off eBay, it came in the post. And then it also came with different coloured lenses, and I couldn't decide which one to use, so I just picked blue and a red one. All right. Yeah.
Is it a wee bit discombobulating when you're ready?
No, you get used to it. It's like when you're in the car and the window's got dirt on it, but you see past the dirt, so... So you rave completely sober? Yes.
Which is good. How long do you know? I mean, you've seen Bradley on these videos. He doesn't mess around. You know what I mean? There's no shuffling going on here. He goes in, and it must be physically quite demanding. I mean, how long will you normally rave for in a single session?
That is quite dependent on a lot of different factors.
All right, pray tell.
For example, what the environment's like, how much I'm enjoying it. So I could go to an event and be done within an hour, but I could also go to an event and I could be there for 12 hours. So it's really just about how you're mentally feeling at that time and how much you're into it. But yeah, it's just, you have as much energy as your mind gives you. So if you give yourself energy, you suddenly have energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty
And I'm
simple.
sure that I know for a fact, because we've seen it, that your energy then is dispelled. I can feel the energy being dispelled in the room here, and we're all sat down at 1 o'clock at IMS, and So at a rave, I'm sure that you push out energy to the rest of the crowd. Do you feel that?
I've noticed it because I get energy off other people, and so I could see that sort of invisible thing we call the vibe going around. And so I was like, well, I better add to it as well. So, yeah.
Okay. It's not invisible. We can see it.
No.
Here it is.
You can see it, but you can't visually see it. Like, oh, yes, it's over there.
Has anybody seen the vibe?
Yes.
There it is.
Yeah, well, it's all around us. But
it's
yes.
in Bradley's.
It's like the Force in
bum
Star Wars, but good. Right.
So you've travelled. This is good doing it standing up, by the way.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, it's so much better.
This is like a new lease of life.
Anyway, next question.
All right, sorry, Bradley. Yes, I know I do bang on a bit. You've travelled. You've travelled. Where are you from, by the way, Bradley? Is it Bristol? You're from, or from?
A little village just outside of Bristol. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I like to be Mr. Busy Man on the weekend, and go back to my secret out of the way place.
Secret rave cave. Built in the hillside.
No, it's where I can go and chill.
You go and chill, okay.
Yeah. And then be back in the rave.
And then you're back.
It's like an opt-in, opt-out thing, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you find that you're, sorry, I'm moving on, but do you find during the week, you're craving to kind of just get out there and do it?
I would say from Tuesday afternoon, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you rave? Do you do it during the week normally, or is it mainly just weekends?
It's mainly the weekends because, of course, work Monday to Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sort of balancing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do some week stuff every now and again.
Yeah. Little cheeky Wednesday 12-hour.
Yeah, well, this is Thursday, isn't it? So.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Well, you know, I got 3 panels today, but after that, me and you are on the roof.
Yeah. Later on.
So, and you work as a software developer.
Yeah.
So
Monday, Friday.
how is so obviously I guess you've probably gone from being just a dude at work now to a really famous dude at work who's famous for something quite unique. How does that? How do your workmates feel about that? How they treat you?
Oh, they all love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not that. I found it quite easy because I love my job. I love what I do. So.
Yeah.
I have no problem getting up Monday morning. In fact, I'm up at 6 a.m. darting across.
Ready to rock.
Yeah.
Do you go to work dressed like this or?
No, this is strictly for rave business. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Sometimes you can mix business with pleasure, though, Brad. You know.
I have a very defined, like, sort of.
You just wear black goggles rather than the red and blue, just for like for the office. No.
I don't know.
No, Nick, that's stupid. Okay. So you're from this, I'm gathering, sleepy little village just outside, you know, somewhere very picturesque.
Yes.
But through your raving, you've kind of travelled the entire world now, right?
I've travelled to a lot of countries, but not all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, maybe by the end of the year. So let's talk about some of your favourite places. You know, some of the best raves.
My favourite places. Okay, here they are.
For raving.
UK is Junction 2 in London, because it's so cool. It's underneath the motorway.
Okay.
And then I went to Ultra as well in Miami, and that was really fun.
In Miami?
Yeah, that was in March.
Oh, right. So that was so you went to a music conference and...
That was where I did the dancing with Carl Cox.
Ah, right. How was that?
Oh, that
How would you judge Coxey's moves? Has he still got it?
Oh, he's amazing. He's great. It was out of the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, and the other favourite places are Awakenings, and I also liked BPM in Portugal because I didn't go to the other one. But yeah, I went to the Portugal one.
Yeah. Didn't you say Didn't you do your stuff up a mountain or something?
Yes, that was so cool. When we were in Andorra, that was for hibernation. Of course, there are mountains around, and they wouldn't let me on the ski lift because I wanted to go and dance on top of the mountain. And they said, no, you can only go up with skis. So I was like, fine, I'll wait here until your customer service policy says you have to let me up. So I waited there for about half an hour, and then they finally let me up. Yeah, and then we danced on top of the mountain for 10 minutes, and then we went back down. Yeah.
All right, we're about halfway through. I'm thinking we should just go a quick blast, maybe. Can we? No.
In a minute. We need because I want to make the announcement thing and not dance to that.
Oh, of course.
Sorry, secret announcement, which you're all going to find out about.
There's a big surprise.
And he doesn't even know about it. Right, come on.
I know nothing. So, how's it going so far, guys? Pretty good. So, for once, Bradley, Nick Decosemo is lost for words. This is the first time this has ever happened. So, are there any downsides?
No. I quite enjoy it, quite a lot. I mean, you just can't look at the negative sides, can you? Because if you want to enjoy it, you just got to concentrate. That's what I do. I very much concentrate on the positivity.
Yeah.
And sort of feed my mind with positivity because then it allows you to just have a better overall look on everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, you end up being happy all the time.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, you're definitely a poster boy for that. Sorry, what was my next question was, oh yes, so you're, you're pretty famous now.
Apparently so.
Apparently so.
I can't say that myself, but third parties can. It's sort of one of those things.
I will say it. You are pretty famous now.
Okay.
As well as being very pretty, of course. How is that? Like, what's it like where you're, are you at a point like at a rave, for example, what's the general kind of interaction with people when you're there?
It varies from place to place. So I can just turn up to some places and I just get to dance for ages and just be in the same spot. And in other places you turn up and you've got everyone walking up to you asking for photos and stuff, which is good because I sort of made this thing, and if people want to get photos with you, then it shows that you're doing a good thing. So.
And do you does that translate like into the normal? Like, can you be going to Greg's to buy a pasty or something and you'll get spotted?
I'm not the sort of like mainstream mega star thing. I think I'm defined in the rave industry at the moment. Yeah.
Do you find when you like, is it like a superhero thing when you put the outfit on as well? Is it like, do you feel like, do you sort of change?
It does make my mind go into the rave sort of state. So when I've got this on, I feel more comfortable being out there and going crazy. And then when I put my other clothes back on, I'm just straight back to normal.
And then you straight back to normal?
Yeah, so it's like whenever I leave an event, I chuck my clothes back on over the top, and then you would assume I'm just like any other commuter walking past.
Right.
Yes.
He walks amongst us.
Yes.
Bradley Gunn Raver. So tell us about. I guess. Okay. So a couple of things actually. You're quite active on social media.
Yeah.
And you know, I think you're very honest and also very smart. Talk about like why you like social media, why you use it. You know, upsides and downsides.
Well, social media really gave me a platform to really be able to engage with people more than I would be in real life, because I can use it to represent real life and then connect with people, but because it sort of allowed me to, when I was first starting, to really be able to talk to people more and not have the sort of nerves and constraints that I would be feeling if I was talking to them face to face. And then I also just love spreading positivity as well, because social media is quite full of a lot of negative stuff, and so you're not going to take that away, but you can add positivity into it and sort of, you know, balance it a little and be like, everyone go out and enjoy life, sort of thing.
Amen to that. And does your like, because your social media stuff's very smart. Is it like your software background and your kind of tech savviness? Does that help feed into kind of, you know, how you stuff like how you grow your audience and that kind of thing?
No. When I write software, it's just following a specification. So, okay. But I've sort of just learnt myself how to do the socials. Like when I started it, I didn't really know what I was doing, but you just learn how other people do it and then go off their mistakes and sort of.
And do you think it's helped, like, kind of develop you emotionally as well? Because I guess social media is very much an emotional kind of medium, right? You know,
you have got to be careful with it because you can get too far deep into it. Yeah. So it's sort of balancing how much you go into it and sort of rely on it, because you can. I think you've got to have a strong mental mindset to be able to deal with it, because there is a lot of positivity on the outside, but a lot of what everyone else sees, they don't see the negativity you receive. Yeah. And so to be able to ignore that and move forward, you've got to be able to have that mindset to put it down.
Do you get some kind? You get negativity as well sometimes?
Yeah, I just don't let the public see it.
All right.
You know, sort of like.
Well, two words for those guys, Bradley. Fuck them.
I didn't know we were allowed to swear. But anyway, carry on.
So, let's talk about music.
Yes, music.
So, I really want to dance, man. I'm like, you got my fucking... Bradley and I are quite similar. If anybody who knows me, I'm pretty hyperactive normally. So it's like... so what sort of... what are your favorite tunes? What are your favorite styles? Who are your favorite, which DJs do you really, really love to rave to? Favorites?
My style of music has slowly changed over the years. And it's all down to what I'm feeling and what I'm into at that time. I'm not into stuff based on like what's in the media, etc. I just choose based on how I'm feeling it. And before I got into all this, I didn't have any knowledge of any of this music at all. I didn't even know it existed. So I've learnt all the artists and all the music through attending events from day one.
Okay.
For example, when I first attended my first techno event, there were quite a few big headliners on, but I didn't have a clue. And sort of this person came up to me and they said, "Who are you here to see?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I don't know any of them."
But isn't that great?
I'm here to learn, like, about it. So yeah, everyone has to have their first time listening to an artist, you know. You're not born with that knowledge, so.
No.
Yeah.
And then, so over time, like, who does it for you now? Like, who your favorite DJs? What styles do you prefer to rave to?
I don't really have a lot of favorite DJs.
Do you like it quite energetic, I guess, right?
I like energetic. I really start to buy into DJs when I can sort of understand get on their level mentally and sort of, yeah, just be able to understand how their mind works so that when they're doing their set, I can sort of read it. So you can be like...
Feel like you connect
with
them, I guess?
I feel like if I can understand their mindset when they're playing, I can really understand their set more than I would be able to.
Yeah. Okay. So, the clock is ticking, and apparently there's a big surprise that I've not been told about. So,
how long have we got left?
We've got about two minutes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, Brad, I defer to the one and only Bradley Gunn Raver, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm taking over now. So, right.
Here he is.
So, I've got a special announcement to make, and this is the first time I'm going to make this announcement. That's why it's a special announcement. But over the past, how long ago was December?
6 months?
Yeah,
6 months.
In December, I've got this saying called Love, Life and Rave, and I live it, I push it out on the socials. You'll often see my caption as Love, Life and Rave, and it simply means what it says, to go out, love your life, and also rave. And I'm thinking, I really want to get this message more put out there, and I thought it would be really, really, really amazing if I could have Love, Life and Rave incorporated into a music track. So, I approached my good friend, who is a producer.
All right.
And I said, I really love your music, and his name is Futek, which is Phutek. And I said to him, I really like your stuff. I want to make this track, Love, Life and Rave, and I really want the message to just be really like put out there. I'll write the lyrics and everything, but will you sort of help me achieve this and work with me to put this together? Because of course I have zero production experience, and I thought if this needs to be
top.
It needs to be
to match the legend.
It needs to it needs to represent the message. So after the last 6 months, we've been making this, and I've got a teaser video to show you.
Okay. Run VT.
Music affects everyone. It surrounds us, it penetrates us, and binds us together, creating an energy field that we understand as the vibe. It draws us in, taking over our minds, forming an obsession to the point that nothing else matters. When you're dancing and in the zone, your mind runs free and connects to an energy stream that is so powerful, you become one with the music. All the complications in life disappear, and it becomes clear this is where we were destined to be. Love, life, and rave.
Oh no, where's the drop?
Woo!
Can I Oh, I can still speak.
right.
So yes, that's all you get to hear for now. Stay tuned and find out more after the break.
Okay. Guys, an absolute inspiration. Please, Bradley Gunn Raver.